Good morning. I'm ready to get into Genesis chapter 46. And this is where we're going to see the children of Israel, or Jacob's sons, came back home after they had a word from Joseph, said, go get my daddy. And Pharaoh has sent wagons and all kind of stuff to Jacob, who is now Israel, and told him, come home. Well, come to where Joseph is. Come to my house. Come to my place. Come to where I dwell. Come to Egypt. And so when the children came in, because he hadn't seen Joseph, he didn't know, he thought Joseph was dead. 20 years, that's a long time. That somebody take your son from the age of 17 and now he's about, well, somewhere, a long time. It was not quite. He left at 17. He was in Potiphar's house he's 37 years old, because he left at 17. He stood before Potiphar at age 30. 5 years has gone by with the prosperous. In 2 years, it was the famine. So he's at 37 years old. So Joseph is looking rather mature. So it's time to see what happened after that, because every Bible chapter tells a story. Even if it is talking about a list of names, it's something that we are going to have to know. So therefore, God says, I put it in there because it was necessary that you know these things. These are not the chapters that we ought to skip, even if we can't pronounce their name, because somebody in there is going to do something major. And God is just trying to give us the organization of who they are. Because you got to have all that. Because when you're rich, you got to know who you're leaving your stuff with. If you can have an inheritance, you got to have all that stuff documented. Because everybody going to be trying to be claimed to be related to you. So rich people understand that if you got things in writing, you did your part. So God said it's necessary that these names are listed, because I got to know who's who and who's going to get my stuff. All right, so let's get into Genesis chapter 46. It's a beautiful day today. We'll get up to about 70 something. Love it. All right, Genesis 46. And I got somebody who's going to be coming by. And even if he comes by, somebody doing something to my yard, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. Let him do what he's doing. Y'all might hear me going back talking to somebody. I don't want to be in no hurry. All right, Genesis chapter 46. All right, let's set the stage. And action. The stage is saying, good morning, Chris and Raphael. I may not be saying it right, but anyway, good morning. All right, so Jacob has the news from his son that Joseph is still alive. And at first he didn't believe him. But then after he saw that stuff, some had to be up, because he know he didn't buy that. It was more than... He got up and he just said, my son is alive. Let me go see him before I die. Wonder why old people think about dying a lot. I guess. Oh no, that's just what he said. But anyway, all right, Jacob is getting ready to go. Now mind you, now Jacob is getting ready to leave Canaan. And he got a lot of stuff. He didn't just jump up and leave without setting his house in order. He had to get his grandchildren ready. He had to get his daughter-in-laws ready. He had to get his daughters ready. He had to get all his stuff. And he's getting ready to go to a land that he has never known that he had a right to come into like that. That's kind of deep. So let's see what the word says. And action, as I said, chapter 46. And Israel took his journey with all that he had. Pack that stuff. I don't know how long it took. From the time he got word Joseph is alive, I know he didn't waste any time. And Israel took his journey with all that he had and came to Beersheba. and offer sacrifices unto God of his father Isaac. He made a stop. He's on his way down to Egypt, and he stopped at Beersheba. And God, while he stopped and made sacrifice unto God, and God spake unto Israel in the vision of the night. So he late and said, Jacob, 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 Jacob. And he said, here I am, or here am I. And the Lord said, I am God, the God of your father. Don't be scared. Fear not to go down to Egypt. Maybe he stopped for a minute because he started thinking, is this stuff really happening? Is this stuff really, I'm on my way somewhere I've never gone before and I got all this stuff. And the Lord has said, Jacob, Jacob, fear not. And you know what I did this morning? I looked up the word not. Tried. There's not a definition that defines the word not. It tells you what not can do. It tells you that not is in the negative. But there is not a word there's not a group of words that said this is the meaning of not. In other words, Jacob, fear nothing. Don't you fear a thing. That means anything that comes along that presents itself, don't fear it. And God was considerate of how Jacob felt because he's an old man, used to his stuff, used to living in a certain place, and all of a sudden he got to get up and leave. And God spoke unto Israel in the vision of the night and said unto him, he said, here I am. And he said, I am God, the God of your father. The same God that your father was God of, I am yours. Fear not to go down into Egypt. He said, don't fear going to Egypt. Don't be afraid to go. Don't be afraid to go to Egypt. For I will there make of you a great nation. I'm going to make you a great people. I will go down with you. Is that? No, that's not him. Oh, is it? Clayton, that's you? You said 12:30. All right, I got to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm online. Okay. Sorry, y'all. And he said, I'm God, the God of thy father. Fear not to go down into Egypt, for I will there make of you a great nation. I will go down with you into Egypt, and I will also surely bring you up again. Okay, you leaving here, but you're going to come back. And Joseph shall put in his hand upon your eyes. Now, some people say, you're going to put his hand upon your eyes. A lot of people say that means like when you die, that's going to happen. And your eyes open, Joseph's going to be the one to close your eyes. He's telling you, you're going to meet Joseph. I didn't know whether Joseph just going to say, Daddy, what's that on your eye? But I think he was just saying they understood that language, that Joseph shall put his hand upon your eyes. In other words, you're going to be in a good place and you're going to die in a good place and you're going to come back to the same place that you leave. He said, I will go down with you into Egypt and I will assuredly bring you up again, and Joseph shall put his hand upon your eyes. And Jacob got up from that place that he was a little bit afraid, from Beersheba, and the sons of Israel carried Jacob their father and their little ones and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. Excuse me one more time, y'all. Hey, I'm going to pay you once I leave. Once I get off of this, I'll just shoot you the money. Okay. Their wives, so he got his little ones, the little kids, and their wives in the wagons which Pharaoh had sent to carry him. So everything that Pharaoh sent them down to get, he filled it up and he's on his way back to Egypt, on his way to Egypt. And they took their cattle, they had all their stuff, and their goods, which they had gotten in the land of Canaan, and came into Egypt, Jacob and all his seed with him. He said, I'm going to carry everything that I have all my stuff, all my cattle. I'm not leaving anything in Canaan, and I'm going to see my son. His sons and his sons and his sons with him, his daughters and his sons' daughters, and all his seed brought he with him into Egypt. So Jacob is very organized. Got his whole family. You gonna stay here with them, I'll be back. Because now Jacob had everybody that was supposed to be, that is a part of his family, he brought him with him. And these are the names of the children of Israel which came into Egypt: Jacob and his sons. Reuben, the first son, Jacob's firstborn, and the son of Reuben, Hanok, Phalu, and Hezron, and Carmari. And the sons of Simeon, that's Jacob's son. And his sons were Jamil, and Jamin, and Ohad, and Jachin, and Johar, and Shual, the son, or Saul, the son of Canaanites, the Canaan woman. That's probably one of them women that when they went in there and killed all them folk for they say raping or sleeping with his sister. And they killed all them men after they had been circumcised. One of them married one of them girls. And God pointed that out. And the sons of Levi, Gershon, Kohath, Merari, and the sons of Judah, Er, Onan, Shelah, Phares, Zara. But Er and Onan died in the land of Canaan. And the son of Phares were Hezron and Hamul. And the sons of Issachar, Tola, Puvaz, and Job, and Shimron. And the sons of Zebulun, Sered, and Elon, and Jaleel. These be the sons of Leah, which she bare unto Jacob in Padaraim with his daughter Dinah, all the souls of his sons and his daughters were 30 and 3. Now we're counting the men. We're not counting the children and the women. We're counting the people that are responsible, that God is going to hold responsible. Not that the women and the children were not of no value, but these are the ones that are the protectors, are the providers. These are the people that if anybody came after anybody, they coming after you. So do right by these people, because God counting on you as well as counting you. And the sons of Gad, Zephion and Haggai, Shunai and Esbon, Era and Arodi and Areli. Now don't get discouraged when you start reading words like that, because I can't pronounce them. But for whatever reason, these are the names that God left us to know. And for these the folk that's gonna get the promise here. It wasn't why they didn't. By the time they got to Jesus, we can pronounce his name. And his name shall be called. He's something that we can pronounce. We can't pronounce all these names. And the sons of Asher, Jimnah, Ishua, and Isui, and Beriah, and Sarah, their sister. And the sons of Beriah, Heber, and Malchiel. Hold on, y'all. All right, let me know if you need me. These are the sons of Zephyr. There's another one of them sons, whom Laban gave to Leah. It's still his son, Zephyr. We don't know how to hear his name. His daughter, and these she bare unto Jacob, even 16 souls. The sons of Rachel, Jacob's wife, Joseph and Benjamin. And unto Joseph in the land of Egypt were born Manasseh and Ephraim, which Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, priest of On, bare unto him. Very important that you know who you leaving your inheritance to. And the sons of Benjamin. Benjamin had 10 sons. Joseph had 2. Benjamin had 10. And I'm not going to read all those names. Well, no, yeah, I might as well. And the sons of Benjamin were Bela, Betcher, Ashbel, Gurah, Nahum, Ehi, Rosh, Muppin, and Huppin. I wonder where they twins. Muppin and Huppin. And Ard. Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on one second. Are you down? So what about, I thought you said you were going to put something right here. Hold on, y'all. So will I be able to follow what you did? Okay. Oh, right there. But I thought you said you were going to mark something right here. Okay, back to you. These are the sons of Rachel, which were born to Jacob. All the souls were 14. And the sons of Dan, Hushim. Dan didn't have no whole lot of kids. I was just wondering about that. He didn't have a whole lot. And the sons of Naphtali, Jazel, and Gani, and Jezer, and Shalim. These are the sons of Bilhah, which Laban gave unto Rachel his daughter, and she bare these unto Jacob. All the souls were 7. All the souls that came with Jacob into Egypt, which came out of his loins, beside Jacob's son wives, all the souls were 66. That was 66. And the sons of Joseph were born him in Egypt. Now Joseph got some kids. Born in Egypt were 2 souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 70. All right, 70. All right, when Jacob got there, he was counted having 66. But then I started looking at the math. I said, okay, now how did it get to 70? God's word is right. He brought 66. But the total sum of everybody was Jacob himself, 67. Joseph, 68. Joseph, 2 sons, 69, 70. That's how we could just trust this word. It could be backed up. All right. And the souls of Joseph, which were born in Egypt, were two souls. All the souls of the house of Jacob, which came into Egypt, were 70. So everybody that came into this, everything that came from Joseph or Jacob, even including himself, were totally 70. So it's very important that you keep in contact with who are you leaving your inheritance to. I'm trying to do 2 things at once. Do you need me? You don't need me? And so when they got to town, Jacob the father sent Judah before him unto Joseph to direct his face unto Goshen. In other words, go tell Joseph we're here and tell us, direct us in where he wants us to go. And they came into the land of Goshen. And Joseph made ready his chariot and went up to meet Israel, his daddy, to Goshen, and presented himself unto him. And he fell on his neck and wept on his neck a good while. I can't even imagine. I haven't seen a son that I thought was dead. And this boy came and united with me. And he laid on my neck. And I'm touching my son a good while. A good while. Can't even imagine. I think that's what it's going to be like. God is going to give us some space that when we see him as he is, he going to understand. It ain't going to... It's going to take a minute, Lord. It's going to take a minute for me to just actually see you for who you are. All this time. And finally, I got a chance to touch you. I got a chance to be in your presence. I got a chance to know who you are. I got a chance to... I don't know if there will be any hugging, but just to be in your presence, having heard that you were alive, and actually seeing that you are who you say you are. Give me a minute. I could just say, Lord, I'm human. Never been in the presence of somebody that's good. I ain't won't let go. And Israel said unto Joseph, his mouth came open. Now let me die. I could die now. Since I have seen your face, because you are yet alive. I can leave you now. And Joseph said unto his brothers and unto his father's house, I will go up and show Pharaoh and say unto him, my brother and my daddy's house, which were in the land of Canaan, are come unto me. And the men are shepherds, for their trade hath been to feed cattle. And they have brought their flocks and their herds and all that they have. He said, let me go get this straight with Pharaoh. Got to let them know what type of job y'all do. And it shall come to pass when Pharaoh shall call you. He going to call you. And you will say, and he's going to say, what is your occupation? That you shall say, thy servant trade has been about cattle from our youth even unto now, both we and our fathers, that ye may dwell in the land of Goshen. He said, now you got to tell me that y'all deal with cattle. For every shepherd is an abomination unto the Egyptians. So he said, you got to let these folk know that you're a shepherd. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Let them know you're a shepherd. Because the Egyptians can't stand you. And when they can't stand you, they're going to give you the land you need. I wish I could talk more, but I'm going to handle this business. And y'all have a good day, because I'm getting ready to go eat up chapter 47. Talk to y'all tomorrow. Bye.